This morning, we are going to discuss something very, very powerful. And I want you to pay attention because what we're going to be discussing here today will be an insight that will transform you, that will transform your business, transform how you think, how you work, how you do business. Our training today is titled Win to Win, Win to Win, building leaders and not just sign-ups. That's what we talk about this morning. Win to win, building leaders and not just sign-ups. What does it mean, win to win? Win, W-E-A-N, W-E-N, right? And win, W-I-N. Win and win, building leaders, not just sign-ups. I want us to start by imagining a very large farm. Pay attention very well. Imagine a very large farm. In 1 week, the owner of that farm celebrates the birth of 100 calves. He owns cattle, so 100 cows were born in his farm. Everyone was thrilled. Everyone was happy. Wow, 100 cows born into this farm. Until 3 months later. 3 months later, most of those cows are dead or dying. 3 months later, almost all of them gone. People were shocked at what was happening. How come? 300 cows were just born into this farm. And today, almost all of them are either dead or they are dying. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? That happened because they were not nurtured. Those 100 cows were not nurtured. They were not fed. They were not protected. The owner, the farmer, was obsessed with producing more and not maturing the ones that he had already gotten, the ones that were already born. I want you to listen and pay attention to me today. I won't be sharing any slide so that you can listen and understand what I am talking about. The 100 calves were born into a farm, and in just 3 months, all of them, or most of them, died off. The rest were at the verge of dying off. And people were wondering, people were aghast, people were mad. What happened? How come? That happened because the farmer did not nurture them. The farmer did not feed them. The farmer did not treat them. The farmer did not pay attention to them. The farmer left them on their own, left them unprotected. The farmer left them to the wolves. And these 100 calves that were born in 1 week started dying off one after the other, until in 3 months' time, the farmer was practically left with little or nothing. I want us to listen, because this didn't just happen. This, what I'm telling you, is not just a story. What I'm telling you is what has happened and what keeps happening over and over and over again in our business. In network marketing, in this business we do, we applaud sign-ups, just like births. We applaud it. We congratulate those who sign up new people into the business. New babies are announced with excitement. They come into the business. They're new babies. But you know what happens? Most of them quietly fade away into oblivion. Fade away. Why? They are malnourished by neglect. Most of the new babies that come into our business fade away because these new babies are malnourished by neglect. That is why they fade away, because they were never weaned. The sponsor, the person who brought them into the business, was too busy producing more offsprings, and he never cared about the ones that were already born in his organization. And those ones had nobody to guide them, to lead them, to nurture them, and then it faded away. As we speak this morning, and as some thoughts come to your head, drop those lines in the chat room and write them down, because those might be the things that you have caught. You see, some things are taught, some things are caught, and those things you catch are the things that will completely change you. What most of us have, ladies and gentlemen, is not a problem of recruiting. We don't have a recruiting problem. We have a system. If you feed human beings into the system, they will come out the other side as recruits. What we have in our business group is a machine. It's a totally packaged, effective working machine, where we put in raw materials on the left side. On one side, we put in raw materials. Raw materials are the people we invite into the business. When we put them into the one side as raw materials, they go through the process that takes care of them. And on the other end, they come out as finished product, distributors, people who have joined the business. Provided you feed people, enough people into one side of the machine, the input side of the machine, on the output side of the machine, you're going to have distributors coming out. So you don't have a recruiting problem. Anybody can recruit in this business. Any Tom, Dick, or Harry that uses the recruiting machine, which we call our system, that recruiting machine is called the standard method of operation checklist. Anybody that uses that checklist can actually recruit people. Second, anybody who uses that recruiting machine will definitely end up with people on the other side. So you don't have a problem with recruiting. No, you don't. Because all you need to do to recruit is to put people into the system and they will be recruited for you. But then what next? Where you have a problem is winning. Winning, right? You don't have a recruitment problem, you have a winning problem. That's where the challenge is. Until your babies in this business become self-feeding, right? Are we listening? Until your babies in this business become self-feeding, until you become truly what in network marketing we are called independent distributors, not dependent distributors depending on people, your upline, everybody. But independent, somebody who decides to stand on his own. Your team is nothing but a noisy nursery. It is unpredictable. It is unprofitable. It is unsustainable. Until the people you bring into this business become self-feeding, become independent distributors, your team is only a noisy nursery where everybody's shouting. It is unprofitable. It is unsustainable. It is not a business. And this is one of the reasons why people run away from the business. Because they come in and they think that because they have recruited people into the business, I'm even talking about those who have recruited and not those who have done nothing. I want to take it again. I want you to understand. I want to give you the problem in high definition so that you see it clearly. I want you to understand and your eyes should be open so that you see the problem you have in your business in HD. You don't have a recruiting problem. What you have is a winning problem. WEANING. And I also dare to tell you that until the babies you've born in this business, the babies born into your team in this business, become self-feeding, self-sustaining, until they become independent distributors, what you have in your team is not a team. You don't have a team. What you have is a noisy nursery school, a noisy nursery with babies all over the place. It is unprofitable. It is unpredictable. It is unsustainable. Imagine a chicken, a hen, lays eggs. It lays eggs, 15 eggs. And after 21 days, it nurtures the eggs for 21 days, right? Following up on the eggs for 21 days. After 21 days, those eggs hatch. That chicken is going to take those babies, protect them. You see the chicken begin to, to puff the feathers all over the place, become angry, and begin to protect those chickens for as long as it takes until those chickens are weaned, strong enough to be on their own. The chicken will be showing them how to feed, how to scratch the ground, how to pick things, feeding them gradually until they start doing it on their own. But it will still keep feeding them, going with them, protecting them until the chickens are weaned, right? Until the chicks rather are weaned. The hen will not lay another egg until it is weaned, until those school of 21, or those school of 15 that were hatched are weaned and strong and standing on their own. That hen will not lay another egg. It is only when the hen is sure that these chicks are weaned, it chases them away on their own, its own, so that they can now fend for themselves. Its genes are now in the world that it will think about laying more eggs. That's what our business is. So the first problem, the unseen problem of our business is the fact that for many of us, we have shallow roots. Shallow roots. And when you have shallow roots, what does it translate to? It translates to shaky trees. When the roots are shallow, the trees are not strong. Any wind that blows down the tree. Go and look at all the trees blowing down, falling down. They fall down because they have shallow roots. But go and look at the coconut tree. Look at the coconut tree. The coconut tree, no matter how the wind is blowing, that's why you find that they are the most trees standing by the beach in front of the massive ocean with all the wind. The wind will hit the coconut tree over and over and over again. The coconut tree will bend. It can even bend and touch the water, but it can never tumble. It can never fall over. It can never break because of the kind of materials that are used in making the coconut tree. And because their roots are deep, it may shake, but it may never fall. Go and look at the bamboo. No matter the wind that is blowing, the bamboo can never be pulled off the ground because the roots go deep. But you see some very tall, big trees, small wind, they've toppled. You start wondering, why would this tree topple? When this other smaller one is still standing, that small one is standing because it has deeper roots. Listen carefully. Lesson number one. It is not the size of the tree. It is the depth of the roots that counts. Write that down. It is not the size of the tree. It is the depth of the roots that counts. Write it down. Somebody send that line to me as chat. Manamugo, send that line to me as a chat, please. It is not the size of the tree. It is the depth of the roots that count. I want us to understand a couple of concepts that will change everything for you. Number one, recruiting without development is not leadership. Are we listening? Recruiting people without developing them is not leadership. It is hoarding. It is hoarding. You are only hoarding distributors. You're only hoarding people, hoarding distributors that would have gone into other people's businesses and grow the business. You hoarded them. Now they can't join another business because company policies do not allow that. And secondly, because they will use you as an example of a bad leader and they refuse to join some other person. Recruiting without development is not leadership. Recruiting without development is hoarding. 80% of team collapse happens not from lack of growth. No, because people come in. Team don't collapse from lack of growth. Team collapse from lack of nurturing. That's where the collapse come from. We need to understand that recruiting is not the goal. Recruiting is not the goal. Any Tom, Dick, or Harry can recruit. The goal is independence. Getting your teammates to be independent of you as fast as possible. That is the goal. Until you come to this realization, you're going to keep struggling in the business. Until you come to the understanding that the goal is to get my people independent of me as fast as possible, you will continue to struggle. Just like the chicken, just like animals, an elephant gives birth to its young, and that young sticks to the elephant for years. The elephant does not give birth again for years. Just like these animals, wise sponsors, wise uplines, wise leaders don't reproduce until they have successfully weaned the young people that have come into their team. A wise leader does not reproduce until they've successfully weaned their young. The challenge why many people's businesses don't grow is because people are recruiting centric as opposed to sponsoring centric. You don't disciple your people. A disciple is somebody that you stick with face to face, one-on-one, work with him, teach him, just like Jesus Christ did with the disciples. For 3 years, he stuck with the 12 of them. For 3 years, and each of them went out there and produced their own teams. But he didn't quit the business because one failed. Out of the 12, one failed. He didn't say, because this one failed, no more business. Everybody go to your tent. No, the rest continued. The one that was failed, Jesus Christ taught us some very powerful lessons in this business, network marketing. He was a powerful network marketer. He recruited 12 sponsors. He didn't go to recruit 100,000. He didn't go to recruit 50. He didn't recruit 70. He recruited only 12 and discipled these 12 one-on-one. What that tells me is that you should go for 12 and disciple your 12 one-on-one. Call them every morning before cell meeting. Ensure they enter cell meeting. Move them through the Kingsman's Academy. Teach them all these things. Let them have the meeting links. Let them have everything. As you disciple these people one-on-one, just like that, they too will disciple their own people. When Judas fell out, what did they do? He was replaced with another person, meaning that the numbers must be complete. The 12 must stand so that the matching bonus that comes from that business will be what it should be. So when you lose one person in your discipleship, replace the person and begin to disciple the new person again. Until you win, you don't win. This real world example is seen everywhere. You see a team with 200 sign up, rank advancement in the business, 0. No Kingsman, no active partner, no emerging cell leader. The reason you don't have ECLs and you don't have Kingsmen in your team, you don't even have sign up, active partners, despite the fact that you are getting people signed up, is because you are not discipling them. You are not. When people joined us those days, they always ask us, so now I've joined the business, what next? That brought out the SMO checklist. It is called a checklist. The name is important. Standard method of operation checklist. This is our standard method of operation. And as you do it, you check. That's why it is there. Check. Okay, this person has done this well completely. Check it. This person has done it completely. Check it. Some of you check and tick the SMO of people who have not done the activity or did not do the activity correctly. What you just ended up doing is that you bought a car and you want to travel from Abuja to Lagos with the car. And then you just took a nail and punctured the tire, punctured one of the tire, and say, okay, let us travel. Where will you get to? You look at the SMO checklist as something you want to just do to impress your, to feel, so that your leader will feel you are doing something. You don't know that by not following the SMO checklist in spirit and in truth, you are shooting your own business in the leg. So you will have a team of 100 new sign up, 0 rank advancement, no ECLs, no emergency leaders, nothing. You have burned out leaders who have sponsored 50 people. They brought in 50 people by themselves, but they cannot take a 2 weeks vacation. They cannot take a 1 week vacation. They cannot even pay school fees. They cannot do anything, despite the fact that they've signed up 50 people, because you did not win them. In such teams, you have distrust growing in the organization because everyone is feeling abandoned. Everyone is feeling left out after joining the business. These are consequences of what happens in an organization where people don't win their teammates. The job of winning your teammates is not your upline's job. It's your own job. It's you. You take the responsibility. If your upline is not doing his own job, do it for your own team. So what I want us to do this morning, I want us to go and look at our team. Ask yourself this question. Look, make a list. Everybody, you're going to make a list, right? Make a list of the last 10 people you have recruited. Your last 10 recruits. Write their names down after this sales meeting, right? And then write the level of independence they have as of today. What do I mean by independence level? There are 3 key points I want you to look at. Number 1, when you write John, right? Write John. Can he present? Is number 1. Can he follow up? Number 2. Can he host meetings without you? Number 3. Write that down. Each of you, for each person that you have recruited, ask yourself those 3 questions. Can John present the business? Can John follow up on the people that saw the business? Can John host a meeting without you? Meaning, from the people he has joined, that have joined the business under him, can he now bring them and run a meeting for them without you, the upline? Can they present? Can they follow up? Can they host meetings without you? I want you to also ask yourself this question. How many of your new recruits, people you just signed up into this business, how many of them will survive this business if you just suddenly leave this country for 1 month without signal? For 1 month, you just vaporize, bam, you travel out, or you are ill or something, and you are not available for 1 month. How many of your teammates will be surviving by the time you come back? How many? What I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to understand is that you have to start tracking progress. Start tracking progress, not people. It's not people you are tracking. It is progress you are tracking. Your leadership dashboard must reflect new milestones, not just enrollment numbers. It must track the people who are rising in the plan. Track your active partners. Track your kingsmen. Track your ECLs. Track people who can present. Track people who can close down. Track people who can, track progress. If you're with me, come to the chat room and type, I am with you. Ladies and gentlemen, without width, building wide without depth is a mirage. Width without depth is a mirage. If it must be wide, it must go deep, really deep. Somebody said, I sponsored 300 people, but none of them ever duplicated. My teammates are not doing anything. I recruit people, they die off. Somebody asking, why? Why is that your teammates are not doing anything? Why is that when you're recruiting people, they are dying off? Why did 300 people just die off like that? He said, I thought my job was to sponsor them and let them figure it out. I thought my job was to sponsor. Just go and sponsor them and let them figure it out. That's like giving birth to a child and expecting them to teach themselves how to walk, teach themselves how to eat, teach themselves how to survive. Just give birth to a child, and the next thing you want your child to start feeding himself, catering for himself, doing everything for himself. If you want to grow and win this business, you must understand the key points I'm presenting to you. One key point I need you to have this morning is the fact that burnout occurs, right? When leaders become the sole source of energy in their team. Burnout occurs when leaders become the sole source of energy in their team. Everybody is looking up to you. Everybody is looking up to you. Even me, at my level, I experience burnout too when I am the sole source of energy in my team. If you, as a leader, cannot infuse energy into your team, you don't have a business. Some of you, the only thing posted on your chat room are sell meeting links. And that is when you remember, and you are the only one posting, you're the only source of energy. No other person is working with you. No other person feels part of the system because you want them to see you as the Lord and Master of the team. I want you to understand that your income is leveraged on duplication. Your income grows on duplication, not on repetition. Your income in this business grows on duplication. If you want to make the kind of money that we are talking about in network marketing, it must grow on duplication. A lot of people doing a little and not on repetition. You doing a lot. That's repetition. Only you recruiting. Only you doing everything. Only you training. Only you doing everything. No. It grows when you have these things happening in your team, different places in your organization. People take ownership. People take responsibility. That is how teams grow, not on duplication, not on repetition. When you are focused on building width, that is just recruiting, it leads to nothing. It leads to vanity, no result. But when your focus is on growing those, incubating those who join the business, growing them, then you are building depth. What you are building is a legacy. It's a legacy. The Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. Fruitfulness implies maturity. No tree produces fruits the moment it is planted. It must mature, must be weaned, and then it can bear fruits. The Bible says, be fruitful first and multiply second. Multiplication comes after bearing fruits, not before bearing fruit. You must bear the fruit first, and then you must multiply. When you look at a tree, standing, I want you to imagine a tree right now that is standing. That tree standing is your team, right? That tree standing right now is your team. I want you to look at that tree. What do you see? Are you seeing deep roots on the tree, which is your team? Or are you just seeing leaves all over the place? These leaves are inactive sign-ups, people who are doing nothing. What do you see? It's your team. It's not my team. Your team. What do you see? We're not here to be the biggest team, the team that has the highest number of people in it. No, that's not why we're here. We're here to be the deepest team. We want trees. We want serious-minded trees with deep roots, producing fruits and not just twigs, not just dried up branches that are breaking out. So I want everybody here to commit to themselves, to sponsoring 5 self-sustainable leaders, 5 self-sustainable leaders over the next 6 months. If you don't have them today, decide to recruit them from now to the end of the month. Give yourself 30 days. 30 days, I'm going to recruit people. And I'm going to work with these 5 people that come in, right? And I'm going to build with them over the next 6 months to become leaders, become people who can run meetings, make invitations, close people down, develop in the 7 skills, host meetings, become real-time leaders. So if this is a problem you have in your business, you must solve the problem. You must solve the problem. The cost of ignoring winning is massive. The cost of ignoring winning your teammates, let them become independent, is massive. Do you know what happens usually in that? A leader hits a rank, hits a high rank just from all the activities he has done. He begins to earn serious money. He begins to make money, and all of a sudden, boom, everything collapses within months. His volume crashes, recruitment crashes, everything crashes. You know why? His business are built on infants. He built his business on infants. That's what happens to a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people quit, because they are building their business on infants, on children. Yes, you recruited them. They paid you. You did 10 maxivas and 2 million naira from the 10 maxivas. You didn't develop anybody. And you felt, this business is working. And all of a sudden, boom, everything went down. Why? Your business was built on infants. I want you to understand some key points. Your team collapse. The teams collapse from forces. Team collapse from internal forces, not external forces. Internal fragility. Teams collapse when they're internally fragile and not from outside forces. Your teams are not collapsing because because of the economy. Things are not collapsing because things are happening wrong. Your teams are collapsing because your team is internally fragile. You didn't build them up with hard, strong materials. I also need to understand these points. You don't grow in this business by doing more. You don't grow by doing more. You grow by building others who do more. You grow by building other people who do more, not just by you doing more. So one thing you must understand in our business is that winning is not optional. Winning in our business is survival. If you're going to win in network marketing, if you're going to win, W-I-N, you must W-E-A-N. You must win. It is not optional. It is survival. Like Zig Ziglar will always say, he said that you don't build a business. You don't build a business. I tell people in this business a lot. You don't build a business. You build people. You build people. It is people that build the business. I tell people, you don't build your network marketing business. You build your leaders. Your leaders are the ones that will build the team. You are trying to build a team. So because of that, every day you are doing Facebook prospecting. Every day you're doing Instagram prospecting. Every day you're doing running radio advert. Every day you are doing so many things. That's not how you build. You build by raising the people that you have recruited. So what I want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to do, identify 5 people in your team, 5 people in your team who are still drinking milk, who are still breastfeeding, who are still depending on you for survival. Identify 5 of them. Then you want to list 3 things you're going to do with them this week that will start winning them. What are the things that you will do with them this week that will start winning them? I want you to adopt the principle of I do not sponsor without a winning plan. If I want to recruit somebody, I must have a plan to recruit that person. And that plan is laid out clearly in the standard method of operation checklist. That's why you see, when you look at our SMO checklist, in week 1, we tell you we'll make 50 calls for you. You will be watching as we're doing it. In week 2, the same thing, we'll make 50 calls for you. You will be watching as we are doing it. In week 3, you will make calls for your people who come into the business. We will be with you as watching you as you are doing it. In week 4, the same thing will happen. You are going to be doing it, and we will be watching as you are doing it. Why are we watching? We are trying to win you. So I told you the SMO checklist has everything you need to win in this business. And I want to remind you of what we call the solution you need to be able to build your business is what is the win-win strategy. And this is the heart of our training. The win-win strategy is what we talk what I love to call the gospel of duplication. The gospel of duplication. And Eric Worre talked about the gospel of duplication clearly. Eric Worre said the gospel of duplication is what? Tell them, show, tell, show, try, do. That's the gospel of duplication. Tell them what to do. Show them how to do it. Let them try doing it with you monitoring them. Then free them to do it on their own without your help. Tell, show, try, do. That's the gospel of duplication. Somebody wants to make an invitation. Tell them what to do. They need to make invitations. Explain to them why they need to make the invitation. Explain to them the benefit of the invitations. Show them the script. Give them the script. Let them study the script. Then show them how to do it. Make invitation calls for them. Let them monitor you as you make the calls. Let them monitor you as you make enough calls. It's not making 1 or 2 calls, right? Make enough calls for them. Let them see how those calls are done. If you want them to do big announcement or do brand launch calls, do the calls. Your own, do a brand launch call for yourself. Let them understand how the call is done. Let them see the pattern. That's you showing them. Then the next one is try. Let them now try to do it. And you are sitting down there. As you're doing it, you are correcting them. As you're doing it, you're correcting them. You are helping them to understand how the calls are done. And they're doing it, right? And you'll be going from show to try. Show to try. You come back to show, try, show, try, show, try. So that they're learning how it's being done. Going back and forth, show, try, show, try, show, try. If you see they fundamentally don't understand it, you go back to tell, then show, then try, tell, show, try, show, try, show, try. And then when you see they've gotten it, you now get them to the do part, where they now begin to do it on their own. So they can do it and try. Do, try, do, try, do, try. Then finally they will be on do, 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 do. And they've gotten it. That is how you build people in the business. It's not go and make big announcement, take the script. They'll say, I will do it at home. You say, no problem, do it at home. What do you think they're doing at home? That's why when they are done with the invitations at home, you end up seeing nobody in the meetings. Even the people that did the invitation themselves invite people for their own brand launch, don't even come for their own brand launch. We've seen situations where people come for your brand launch and the person that invited them is not there because the person doesn't know what he's doing. And it's because you did not make it important for the person and the person doesn't understand. So before you reproduce, before you give birth to a new group, ask yourself, the last group I recruited, are these people independent yet? Are they independent yet? Only sponsor more people when your recruits are self-sustaining. When your people are self-sustaining, that's when you are free to sponsor. So I want to ask you a question. How many of you ran a presentation this week in the last 7 days? In the last 7 days, have you run any presentation? How many people have you spoken to in the last 7 days? How many of you have you run presentation on your own in the last 7 days? How many? So what you want to do when people join your business is to break their dependency on you early. Break their dependency early. They will not quit the business because you are trying to develop them. Some people are afraid that their people will quit the business. That's why they don't develop them. Break that dependency on you early. Get your people to start running meetings. Yes, we have the webinars that run that they can use, but as early as possible, you can get them to start making, you can start making presentations. They too can start doing physical presentations. The webinar and everything we are doing there is exactly what you do in real life. They just need to learn how to do it much as possible. Run meetings with your people. The first 3 days, watch them, shadow them, let them see what you are doing. Then let them begin to co-present with you. Begin to get people to co-present with you. Do introduction, do 1 or 2 things, get them talking, get them speaking. And then when they get to the do phase, as they begin to do things on their own, demand feedback. Give me feedback. Give me feedback. You need to make your teammate understand early that my job is not to babysit you. My job is not to babysit you. My job is to raise you and give you tools. Raise you, give you the tools, show you how to use the tools. My job in our team is to make you independent of me in 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, I need you to be independent of me. That's what this is all about. And if they use the SMO checklist, use the 555 worksheet, in 5 weeks, they'll be independent of you. What you want to do is to build people who are going to lead in your absence. They don't need you to start meetings. If you're not available to run the meeting, it's not a problem. The meeting will still hold flawlessly because your people are always going to be ready. Those leaders are going to be ready to run the business. We need to understand that if we're going to win in this business, we just have to start raising people and not just recruit. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you today, listen carefully, I want you today to begin to track the winning progress in your team. Track your winning progress, WEANING. Not just sign up, track your winning progress. What do you need to track your winning progress? The SMO checklist, the 555 worksheet. We're also going to create a new checklist for winning. And that checklist, we're going to call it the winning checklist. It's going to show your presentation skills, your closing skills, your product knowledge, and your onboarding, people you are onboarding. I'll work on that. That checklist is going to be for people who really want to build their business. Okay, what are your presentation skills? For you to develop that presentation skill, okay, you will have done this number of presentations. You will have closed this number of people. You must know how to use our closing scripts very well. You must understand the basics of the product. You must understand how to onboard people, how to get them into the IPO SMO, how to get them into the Kingsman's Academy, how to get them to use the SMO checklist. We're going to work on that and we'll use it. So ladies and gentlemen, I want us to have a complete mindset transformation. Just have a complete mindset transformation. If you don't have a complete mindset transformation, your business will continue to struggle. If we look at a lion pride, right? I love watching these natural documentary, the nature documentaries, right? The lion prides. In the pride, the female lions are the ones that do most of the hunting. Now, just imagine a pride where all the lionesses have cubs, have plenty cubs they're taking care of. Who will go and hunt? Who will hunt? Who will do the hunting? When they go do the hunting, who will take care of the young ones? When lions go hunt, right? When they go hunt, a few are left to take care of the cubs while the rest go hunting. But what if all of them are just giving birth, giving birth, giving birth? Who goes to hunt? And it is the strong hunters that go to hunt. And as they go to hunt, they carry the young lionesses with them. And they teach them how to hunt very well. So the best hunters pause to raise strong hunters. Nature teaches us that. And that's why they're surviving. If it's the weak ones that go to hunt, what will happen? They will kill them. Nobody will have food to eat. So don't be addicted to the thrill of having new people join your business, to the thrill of new signups. Don't be addicted to the thrill of new signups. Begin today to measure your greatness in this business by multiplication and not just by activity. by multiplication. Multiply the people doing the activity and not just the activity that you are doing. I dare to say, let us let pride replace fear. Let pride replace fear for you in this business. What do I mean by pride? I said you should be proud to raise leaders. You should not be ashamed to pause recruiting. You should be proud to raise leaders. If it takes you pausing recruiting to raise leaders, pause recruiting to raise leaders. But before you even raise leaders, you must recruit them. So you must go for a recruiting game plan first and recruit your new school, your new class, and proudly raise those people to become leaders. And you are raising them. You might not be making enough money. You might not be making plenty money. You might make less than you made when you were trying to raise them, when you're trying to recruit them. You might make less than that. But now you have people that you are recruiting. You are recruiting. And as they begin to become strong and independent, your income begins to skyrocket. Ask yourself a question: what is my role in this business? What is my role in this business? Ask yourself that question: what is my role in this business? I want you to go to the chat room and type in for me and write it for yourself. I am no longer a collector of babies. I am a builder of leaders. I am no longer a collector of babies. I am a builder of leaders. I am no longer a collector of babies. I am now a builder of leaders. Go write that down. Write it for yourself, type it in the chat room. Before I round up this meeting, I want you to understand this. You must stay the course in our business. You must stay the course. You must be disciplined in seasons of growth in your business. The lack of discipline in seasons of growth makes a lot of people fail, because they think the growth will continue like that without discipline. A vineyard produces wine only after years of pruning and patience. When you see a vineyard, they prune it, they break out the ones that are not working well, they fertilize it, they take care of it. It takes time before it begins to produce wine, before the grape begins to produce wine, before it begins to fruit. It takes pruning. That's what the Bible said. And him that the Father loves, he chastises, he prunes, but he chastises, he prunes. Every vineyard is pruned to make it produce even more. A vineyard that is not pruned, a vine that is not pruned dies off. Pruning is removing the part that is not working, that is not helping the vine to produce more, So there will be, you must take years of working with your people, growing your people, working with them, whatever it is that you do with them, do it with them until these people can begin to produce wine. You don't leave them. It might take you 2 months, it might take you 3 months, it might take you 6 months. But once they start producing, they don't stop producing. Great sponsors know exactly when to pause and begin to cultivate depth before seeking more width. They know when to pause. Signed up with a number of people. Okay, let me now produce. Eric Wade told us the story about a man who joined network marketing, and he said that man only did the business for, was it 90 days or so? But within the 90 days, he recruited a bunch of people, trained them deep, very, very deep, worked with them, and then prune them. And the man stopped doing network marketing fully as a full-time job. He stopped it, went into other things. But that network marketing pays him millions of dollars every month, over $10 million or so every month. For over 25, 30 years now, he has been earning from that business millions of dollars every month because he set his people up, prune them well. That's what this business can do for you. So you must disciple your people. You must disciple your people. Just like Jesus Christ discipled his disciples one by one, you must disciple them. Disciple is choosing what you want most over what you want now. What you want most over what you want now. That is discipleship. Your eye is on the big picture, financial freedom, and not being able to pay house rent, not being able to raise more money to eat. That's why we are here. That's why we run this meeting every morning. That's why we provide you mentorship. Sign up somebody, and 2 minutes, the person is quitting, is trying to quit. Your job is to disciple the person, to understand. Because some of you are saying, but if I recruit people, they end up quitting. It is because you have not become the person discipling them. You must become the person to disciple your people. Take them step by step. Connect with them at a deeper level. You're not connecting with them in this business. You're not growing people in this business as if you are growing like MTN will just call you and they'll be talking to you on the phone like they're talking to a robot. No, you must create a one-on-one connection with everybody you join into this business. You sit down with the person, you sell the dream, you sell the vision, you make the person understand where we are going to. Sell the team, let them see the team, let them see the leaders, let them know, okay, this is the way to where we're going to. You must master the lead growth cycle. You must multiply, you must master the cycle. The cycle is you lead people as a leader, you grow up your people, multiply your people, you pause, and you repeat. You recruit somebody. You grow the person. You recruit a new lead, right? You recruit a new lead. You grow that your prospect. You grow your prospect. Then you grow him by training him and everything. You multiply him by teaching him how to do exactly what you are doing. Then you pause the cycle and then you repeat again. But you don't begin to recruit until you have weaned your people. We must decide that we are going to do this and we're going to win. There's this tree they call the baobab tree. It's a very huge, wide tree, very big. It does not grow tall very fast, but that tree can grow very, very tall. But it doesn't grow tall very, very fast. It grows deep. It grows its root very, very deep. And some of them are over 800 years old. Very, very old. So this is what you should be aiming towards. Building a tree of leaders, not babies. You want to build leaders, not babies. You want to build depth. You want to build legacy. You want to have a team that will multiply. That's what you want to have. I'm a builder of builders. I'm a builder of builders. Until the people I'm building learn how to walk, I cannot run. If you're going to ever learn how to run in this business, your people must first of all learn how to walk. And it is up to you to make it happen. Remember the topic we're discussing today: win and win. If you win your people, you will win in this business. If you don't win your people, you will be in a cycle of recruitment and ultimately you quit. Let us go out today with that commitment in our hearts that from today henceforth, we're going to be in this team to win and to build the leaders, because our focus is on raising leaders. The leaders will raise the team, and you must decide to be the first leader in your organization if your team is going to be a winning team. So let us go out and make it happen. Thank you so much for being with me this morning during this super cell meeting. God bless you all.